Villarreal 2-0 at the break in tonight's Champions League round 3, and I'm still joined in the studio by Scott Carson and by Nedum Manua. A fairly comfortable first 45, all in all, Nedum.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and fair play to them. I think the way that City have played, they've tried to stifle any attacks from Villarreal, but they've also kept the ball really well. I think they've been quite creative within that. So I think overall, as it stands, and obviously we know 2-0 is a very uncomfortable scoreline in some ways. You'd obviously rather have it than not have it, but they've just got to maintain that level of professionalism because for now, it's a brilliant away performance in Europe.
And somebody in the studio predicted 2 or 3-0, and
it's whoever gave the prediction, because I didn't give one. You didn't give one, so I guess that means it's Scott then, yeah.
It was Scott. It's Scott. What do you make of the first 45 minutes then?
No, I think like Nedum just said there, I think probably for 5 minutes out of that 45, it's been pretty much plain sailing. I think Villarreal had the 5 minutes around 35 minutes, but before that and after that, it's just been all City, and I think the game plan probably has gone perfect to how Pep wanted it to, and I think they'd probably just be a little bit disappointed there wasn't a couple more goals in that first half.
Yeah, that 5-minute period came just before City got the second as well, which seemed to kind of nullify that again.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think there was 2 half chances in probably the first 2 minutes, which obviously the vein of form Erling's in. We'd maybe expected him to take a shot maybe with the first one and finished the header with the second one, but like I said, it was only a brief 5-minute spell that Villarreal seemed to press a little bit forward and try and put a little bit more pressure on, but like I said, it's been a comfortable evening so far, and hopefully we carry on with that in the second half, and we can get a couple more goals and add that to the goal difference.
Yeah, that opportunity that Scott mentions, Nedum, right at the start of the game, Erling, he passed to Doku instead of having a shot.
Yeah, he did, yeah. I think, to be fair, I'm looking back, after he took his first touch, I think there was a defender that was going across to his left side, so he probably thought passing is the right option. But yeah, I think for the way he's been playing this season, as soon as it touches his left foot, you're thinking, well, it's going to be a goal here, isn't there? But in fairness, though, he did score with his right foot for that goal. Shouldn't forget that. Yes. But yeah, I did think he was going to shoot, but obviously he's got greater plans, hasn't he?
And then, like Scott said, he had an opportunity after that where he headed wide. And if there's one thing we know about Erling Haaland, is that he really hates missing shots and that he likes to get the next one in.
Yeah, it's funny, really, isn't it? Because he feels like he's been relatively quiet within that first half, but there was that chance where he could have shot and he didn't. He's had the header and he's had the goal.
Yeah.
So it says a lot about his involvement, even at times when it's not really as obvious as, say, some people would think.
And he opened that scoring in the 17th minute. Before we talk about his finish, it was a great ball from Rico Lewis.
Yeah, it was. It was obviously a brilliant run from Rico. He's went on the blind side of the defender, made that inside run, and I don't even think he's looked with his ball. He's just put it across an area, and like we just said before, the big man's in fine form, and he's got across his defender. He's surprised him with his movement and his pace, and he's just been there and made a good contact and tapped it. Well, not tapped it, and he's blasted it in past the keeper. So brilliant finish and brilliant all-round team goal.
Yeah, and like he says that, the point I'd like to make is it's the timing of everything. The timing of the run from Rico, the passing from Savinho, the weight of that as well. Yeah. And Erling's recognition to know that Rico's going to be playing that in first time, so he puts himself into the right area. If anything's slightly out, it doesn't lead to the goal that it is, but because they do it so often and so well, I think at times we take it for granted. But again, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, because I immediately said to you both, Rico's not even looking. He's not even looking when he passes the ball. And you say that'll just drilled into him, Scott.
It'll just be instinct. And, you've got the best striker in the world in and around the 6-yard box, and just put it anywhere in that and just leave it down to him to be there and stick it in the net. And that's what he does so well.
One of the many things I like about Erling Haaland as well is the celebrations that you get from him after a goal. He doesn't tire of scoring, and the passion that he showed at the end of that goal in the 17th minute of a game just shows the man.
Yeah, absolutely. I like strikers that do celebrate all their goals, but also, to be fair, I do like a Balotelli. He also doesn't celebrate his goals. But yeah, for Erling, you can see how much it means to him, what it means for the nature of the game, the collective, and they would have been speaking before the game about how you're playing away from home in Europe, it's going to be tough, so these little moments matter. So for him to do that, especially after missing 2 or having missed the header before that, it's an important moment, isn't it?
Few stats for you on Erling Haaland's goal scoring. That's 15 goals in all competitions for Erling this season. That's 4 in the Champions League. It's his 12th consecutive game that he has scored in.
Bang out of order, that.
53 goals in 51 Champions League games.
Average.
Yeah.
Average, yeah.
Wow. Wow. The man is on absolute and utter fire. Incredible stats there. So City then made it 2 later on in the game, around about the 40th minute, I think it was. And it was Bernardo Silva with a header. Not saying that in a shock way because he's not the tallest on the pitch at all. But it was a great header from him.
Let's be fair, he scored his fair amount of headers, to be fair to him. And what I like about this one is, for the way that the game has panned out, if Erling Haaland's in the box, the defender, you get drawn towards him. But Bernardo's been able to read the defender, sort of seeing that, and he's gone just in behind in the blind spot. And as that ball came from Savinho, which was a great ball, it's a really good header. And I saw the Vega, the left centre half, like, how is he free? Well, that's a great question, because that's what Bernardo does. Like, these players, they're so good, and when they know that you're looking one way, they can sort of read the game and sort of move in the way that suits them. So that's why he's free in the box, because I don't think many people think they've done anything wrong, but Bernardo's the one that did something right.
Yeah, because then I immediately again said to you, he's got so much space.
He can find it. You can find it. Like, these, in some ways, I'm just relieved I'm retired, because my head would be so scrambled. And why is this guy who's 5 foot nothing in particular got a free header in the middle of the box when everyone else was like marked up and in the right position? But the way they do it, they see a different game, and the timing of the ball from Savinho as well. Like, it's a great goal. I can't wait to watch it back a few times, pull it back and watch.
Oh, you'll see. And watch the build-up again to it, yeah. And of course, Savinho's involvement in that as well, Scott, was wonderful.
Yeah, it's another cracking ball into the box, and Bernardo's there, like you said, with his movement. But I think getting in at half-time will be a big relief with that goal as well, because to dominate for so long and have obviously not clear-cut chances, but have a couple of half chances, but to go in at 2-0, it is obviously a little bit of pressure off for the second.
What sort of thing would the manager be saying to the team at this sort of level? Because he's so experienced, but to be fair, so are the players. Yeah. Like, what would the messaging be?
I think he'll probably just won't want to get drawn into a game where it was for 5 minutes that Villarreal had their best spell, where they were a little bit counter-attack. The game was maybe a little bit too spread, and he probably doesn't want the game turning into a basketball game. He probably just wants us to keep it how we were, with obviously Stonesy and Nico holding as 2 holding midfielders, and just having that balance where, if we lose the ball, we've still got 5 people in good positions behind the ball, where we're not going to turn this game into a counter-attacking game, which obviously I don't think he'll really want.
Give us a feel for the half-time changing room in terms of, like, how long does Pep talk for? What is it? Small groups talking? Do people have a moment to themselves? Like, what's it like?
No, obviously the lads will go in and be giving encouragement and trying to be positive and having their little chats, and then Pep's probably in his little office doing his tactics, and he'll come in with probably a couple of minutes left before they go out, and he'll just make some minor adjustments, I think, and probably not too many judged on that tonight, but he'll just maybe change how they press, how we build up, just little things, just from what he'd seen in that first 45 minutes. But like I said, all in all, I think it was a really good 45 minutes.
Did the goalkeepers' union get together?
No, we just obviously go in and just say, well done if you made a save, or what do you think? Just have a little chit chat, but nothing too strenuous.
Do you know, I heard something when I was working on the radio this weekend that goalkeepers' union is exclusive to England or to the UK. Did you know that?
That's the first I've heard of that.
Listen, man.
Do you disagree with that? Have you seen the goalkeepers' union joined by many a foreign goalkeeper?
No, sorry. It's not an English thing, as in you don't have to be English to do it.
Oh, okay.
But the culture itself exists within, like, British football.
Oh, okay. But you played abroad, didn't you?
Yeah, and there wasn't really much of a... I think that was probably a language barrier, but... Yeah, that's strange, because obviously a lot of foreign keepers that have came here seem to buy straight into the goalkeepers' union. So.
It's a positive, isn't it? But yeah, culturally, there's so many differences between football in the UK and abroad.
Yeah.
And listen, if it's not the case, like, find a goalkeeper to tell us otherwise. But I was told that specifically by a certain Frenchman who I work with on a week-to-week basis.
It's a bit disappointing.
I know. Celebrate what you have, though.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask David James next time he's on. I feel like he's way part of the union.
Yeah,
he's probably the
absolutely.
chair of it.
Yeah, I think if anyone knows, I think he'll have an answer for that.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Scott, we've had loads of questions coming in on the YouTube for you, so we've got a couple that we're going to ask you now. So somebody whose YouTube name is Rockstar, great YouTube name, by the way. How hard is it to adapt as a new goalkeeper coming midway into a season such as Donnarumma, a few games in, yeah?
It's obviously, it is difficult because you haven't had the pre-season, you haven't had the couple of maybe friendlies or the morning and afternoon sessions where you're working on stuff like so much. It's more with the team really, like the build up and the defensive work. So to be thrown in midway through the season isn't always difficult, but like we said before, if you go in and you make saves and you're feeling good, it doesn't matter when you come, does it?
Love that. RJ is asked, what is your favourite Manchester City moment and why?
I think obviously personally was my debut against Newcastle. I'd waited a long time for it, and it wouldn't have been a nice feeling to leave without not playing some sort of minutes. But obviously, as a group, it would have to be the Champions League. It seemed to be the one thing that everybody wanted and everybody strived to get. And I was obviously fortunate enough to be a part of that, and that was a brilliant memory.
Thank you very much for the questions you've put in the YouTube comment. Lots of love coming in for you tonight, Scott. Now, we have a giveaway for you because you will have noticed tonight that our players are wearing the new EA Sports FC kit for the very first time. This beautiful kit here. And we have got this one, this exact one right here. We are going to give that away to one of you that is currently watching. So all you've got to do is to pop a comment in the YouTube video to this question. So answer this. Which one of our players started their career at Villarreal? Who could that be? See, you know straight away. Nedum knows. He's itching to get on his phone and put a reply on the YouTube.
That show is banging, to be fair, so yeah.
Yeah, I like the badge. Like the iridescent. And
as with the black one as well.
Yes, yeah, I love that one. And you can scan this one as well. I don't know what that means, but this is for you. So, which one of our players started their career at Villarreal? Pop that into the comments now, and we'll give it. You know what? We're going to do this at full time. We will give this shirt away to somebody randomly at full time. Scott, thank you so much. Dedham, thank you very much. We will all be here at full time, where Scott predicted 2 or 3-0. It's currently 2. Hopefully it'll end 3-0. We'll just take a win as well. So thank you very much, everybody. We're going to go back over to your second half commentary from Alistair Mann and from Steve Halley.
Thank you, Natalie. Not a surprise to see half-time changes, and not a surprise that one of the fullbacks has gone. Pedraza has been replaced and Cardona has come on. That said, the other fullback, who's also on a yellow card, is still out there. Doesn't look as though City have made any half-time changes, but in truth, there was no need for them to do so. Well, apart from maybe 5 or 6 minutes in that first half, the Blues were in control of the game, no doubt about it. And the reality is that they had their one chance, really, a shot from Gay that fizzed by the upright. But either side of that, the Blues in control. And a goal from Haaland and another from Bernardo Silva has put City in an excellent position to win their first away Champions League game in 6 attempts. And it's the home side who get things underway in their famous all-yellow kit. They are